What's the name of your podcast?
Oh yeah, we're here.
Research.
No, it's good. Welcome to a Little Time podcast.
Everyone who's on it knows what it is.
Well, I booked it. I booked it for us. In fairness, I
just show up.
I'm the PR.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're like you're the coordinator of
I
it.
am the coordinator of the. I'm the marketing person.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Yes.
everyone has a role.
Yeah, we have different hats.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh.
Mike has all the hats.
I have a lot of hats.
But let me introduce.
like the big tall Dr. Seuss one.
You do wear that to bed, and
That's
it's
fun.
alarming. Welcome to a Little Time podcast.
Thanks.
We never do this part of the show. We just start talking, but I feel like
Yeah.
now it's appropriate.
Intro.
Yeah, a little intro.
We're
have with
professional.
us-
We're professional now.
We're professional comedians and podcasters, and some people put that the other way around. Today we're joined by our friends from Lady Journey, Katie Hannigan, and Sarah Tolamash.
Hello.
Two
Hi, guys.
phenomenal comedians and friends.
yeah, I'm just messing with the levels a little bit.
What's
Don't worry
your
about it.
lady listenership?
Huge.
It's
Ladies.
huge. Hi, ladies.
It's honestly a lot
Come
bigger
to
than
Lady
you think
Journey.
It would
And we do not greet the men.
No.
We don't greet the men who
be. I do.
follow you.
Fellas, listen up.
We greet the Mets.
The secret messages I've been giving you over the years from this podcast, engage.
Yeah.
Wow, dog
A
whistle.
lot of
Yeah.
subliminal Morse code. It's all eyebrow raising,
It's
toe
time.
tapping.
Gosh, wow.
I'll see you all in Washington, D.C. I won't say why.
Every weekend, Mike goes down to Washington, D.C., hoping it's another January 6th.
yeah, every day.
Yeah.
Every
Wow.
weekend I'm like, ooh, we're going to do a February 9th.
yeah.
And I'm just like trying to
Damn
make it
it.
happen.
Didn't happen again this
No.
So fun.
Did you go down to Brazil?
yeah.
They had their own
No.
January
Isn't that
6th this
sick?
year.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that. It's a study abroad.
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be so funny if a bunch of like the January 6th people from here were like, well, let's go.
Yeah.
Like they're doing like
Are
a
you
spring
doing
break.
January 6th in
Oh my
Brazil
God.
this year?
Yeah, group trip. We're gonna get the whole group together.
Oh.
We're gonna bring PBR.
Yeah, they do a cruise down.
Oh
That's
my
fun.
god, the
Oh
incel
my
cruise.
God. I actually like the idea of traveling to overturn governments that you have nothing to do with.
Yeah.
God, you know, you need a hobby.
Yeah.
What's more American than that?
I mean,
really?
truly. What,
Get involved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I had kids and left my job, I needed to pick up something so I could, for me.
Yeah,
Something for
something,
me.
something that's mine. Seeing all the
and
all
with
the,
Joe Biden, they just don't have everything at Michael's Crafts anymore that I need, so I need a new thing to do.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
Hobby Lobby.
Hobby
That's
Lobby.
the Christian
oh,
one.
God, yeah.
That's the Christian one, which I have to say, I went there around Christmas time and they got the best stuff.
yeah, of course they do.
It's,
of course they do.
I mean,
Christians
it's
know
a
how to do
miracle.
business.
They really do.
and God
I mean,
bless
Chick-fil-A.
them.
do. And-
Hello.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why
God.
Jesus was turning over that stuff in the marketplace. He was like, this is great. This is a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, also In-N-Out is like secretly Christian, and they're fucking printing
I
money.
suspect all big corporations are secretly Christian.
Yeah, there's a billion Catholics in the world. It's like,
Hell
they-
yeah, there are.
Yeah,
Right.
We're not-
they
and we're
will
not-
not stop having sex.
We're not going anywhere.
But this is, Mike, remember when we used to do a podcast together?
Yes.
And it was almost 5 years ago.
Yeah, I was actually right over by where I had to go to the post office next door to where we used to
Oh,
record.
the zombie podcast.
Yeah. Is it kind of by here where our studio
Isn't it? Yeah, it's not
was?
terribly far.
Was
It's
it
like
the
a mile.
apocalyptic one?
Yeah.
Yes,
Sarah,
I
you did it.
I did
And
it.
Yeah.
Diego, did you come
No,
on?
I didn't.
Oh, I thought we were gonna have you come on to do like fighting or like karate.
We
you
did
know?
talk about it, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We talked about it.
And then instead we stopped doing the podcast.
Yeah, we just dropped off immediately because I
Yeah.
got busy. But
I did zombie makeup for when we did the shoot for your
oh
Caroline's
my
thing.
god,
That's what it was. I'm like, why do I remember this?
Caroline's! Yeah, that was so fun. Which is also now closed.
Now,
so,
and
now
good
defunct.
riddance.
Hey, and fuck them. We need another
Fuck.
ping pong bar in Manhattan.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, Susan
Thank you,
Sarandon.
Susan Sarandon. I love you.
She was probably at January 6th. She's
No, don't people like hate her because she's like too liberal?
Yeah, they blame her for something.
I think
can't
they
remember
like she
what.
like campaigned for Bernie Sanders, so all the people were like, "Why didn't you campaign for Hillary Clinton instead? You're also a woman." Like that was the kind of.
Oh.
I think that was something like
I
that.
thought she was super conservative.
No.
No,
Maybe I'm
she's
thinking
like
of somebody
uber
else.
left.
Yeah.
Like Gina Davis or something. Somebody who looks Botoxed.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, there are a lot of women on the right with frozen faces.
Yeah, they morph
Yeah.
into like woman face.
Yeah.
That's what
Do
you
that.
get like post 60. Yeah.
His
Like
laugh like
just
that.
jigsaw.
Yeah.
Those like weird cheekbones.
Super
Oh my
hype.
god.
It's weird.
They laugh like if when a movie is paused but the audio keeps going, like it's a frozen face, but you hear the laughter.
Yeah.
It's alarming.
Ha 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 ha.
they're laughing, but there's no emotion behind it at all. Just ha 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 ha.
I'm going to start doing that to guys.
Yeah, that's
There
fine.
you go. Guys will slit the wrist in front of you if you do that.
Well,
They will pull out.
guys love to launch into a long story about their relationship that fell apart. You're like, what? What is this? How have I invited this into the conversation?
Okay, but sometimes those stories are really interesting, okay? Because they affect me.
Maybe that's like what we were talking about dreams on our podcast, how nobody wants to hear about your dreams, and maybe y'all's relationships
Yes.
is like dream talk.
Well, because
Yeah.
especially with a lot of guys where you like, they'll be telling stories about their relationship, and it's very clear that they don't realize that they're the problem.
Yeah.
There. And they're like, all I did was not open up to her emotionally for 6 years, and then all of a sudden she left me.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
Bitch.
huh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess she sucks, dude.
Yeah.
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 Well, we had some hate online for our dreams. Men hate when you talk about dreams. We got some hate on our YouTube channel, which is growing quickly. Please subscribe. Little plug. But yeah, some people were really pissed that we dared to go there and talk about when I dreamed
Yeah.
about,
I mean, a good day
whatever
for
my,
to talk
my
about
stress
it. Martin Luther King
dreams.
Day, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a dream.
I didn't even want to hear about his dream.
Yeah.
I said,
Yeah, he's there. He's like, I have a
Boring.
dream, and then everyone's like, stop.
No, man, this shit sucks.
You were flying again.
Oh
We
my
got
god!
it.
Oh, I cheated on you in your dream, and now I'm in trouble in real life. Awesome, Martin.
No, you did that for real.
Oh yeah, he did
just
do
a
that.
bunch of whiteys talking about the I have a dream speech, except for you, even though you are kind of white
Oh my,
looking.
it's fine, whatever.
Okay.
What? So did you guys have you had an episode talking about your dreams? Or you had a segment?
Yeah, it was just like a little journey that we went on. We call it a journey.
Okay, so journeys.
And then we also talked about there's this thing called maladaptive dreaming where it's daydreaming that ruins your life.
Yeah, it's like when you daydream and you get into it so much that you're like, you won't go outside because you're like, I'm just going to live in my fantasy of me and Clark.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Me and Clark are on the run again. And you
The-
just go in and you don't come out for hours.
Yes.
The Interesting Life of Walter Mitty.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I
That
haven't
film that
seen
no one
it,
saw.
I never saw.
Never
that.
saw
but I
it.
knew it was
Daydreams
kind
a
of
lot.
surreal.
Yeah, never
so-
saw it, never will.
Yeah, good.
Not me. I live in reality.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Every movie I watch, everything has to have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like to talk to myself when I'm walking down the street. I like to rehearse a conversation where I'm really telling it like it is. You know, I'm like, and another thing. And then I look over and a man's staring at me and I'm like, I'm on my phone. And that's why I'm doing business right now.
Yeah, the crucial finger to the ear. Oh, what's that? Yes.
My Bluetooth, which is in here.
Yeah.
Well, you're lucky because you got the hair, so you never know.
Yeah, you can just hide it.
I'll never know.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, I gotta go.
Gotta go. A man is staring at me thinking I'm talking to myself, which I'm not.
Why would I ever talk to myself? Anyway, I did get caught recently. I was like, a friend came over, but I didn't. He was just like in the neighborhood and like, oh, I just came over, and like somebody let him in, and I was in my room. I was working out and talking to myself, and I was wearing just a hoodie and these Birkenstocks with tall socks and underwear. And that was it. And then I just hear somebody knock on my door. So I was like, oh, maybe somebody's trying to tell me to turn my radio down or whatever. And then I opened the door and I just have like two friends staring at me. And I was like, well, I didn't want anyone to see me like this. But I guess now you know what kind of person I am in
Yep.
private.
I
Now
would
you
think
guys-
I'm having an intervention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd be like, hey, you're being really weird right now.
You need to work out with shorts on at the least.
Yeah. I'm like, well, I'm in my bedroom with the door closed.
Yeah.
What's your workout?
Just a lot of
Yelling.
yelling. Yeah, I'm working on my vocal
It's
cords.
an emotional
Is it
workout.
like a Cape Fear workout?
Puts two chairs
I
together.
do. I live a very taxi driver style lifestyle upstairs.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
You talking to me?
Mike does a thing where he just sees how hard he can clench his fist. That's
Yeah.
most of his workout.
Yeah, how hard I can hold my phone.
I cannot clench my fist that high. I have a weak grip.
oh no!
That's something fun about me. Yeah.
You should get one of those weird grip.
I've thought about
Yeah.
it, but it's like, but that's my fun fact.
Yeah.
That is fun, and you get to be like, I'm sorry, I have dainty little bird hands.
Yeah.
Pardon?
You just get to ask for help all the time, and that's
Oh,
like
yeah.
excuse
nice.
me, I have a weak grip. I can't grasp my cup.
You make people pour soda in your mouth.
Just put it in. I'm a baby bird.
You start sweating when you're texting because of all the exercise.
Oh, yes. It's like
hurts.
burning calories on my little fingies. Well, actually, no, this did happen to me. Like, I was gripping something in the kitchen. I was like cutting and my hand was sore. I was like, sad.
It is
No.
sad.
It is sad.
That's sad.
That's a
That's
sad
really sad.
story.
You're making us sad on the podcast, so
I
don't.
love that. I love that friend that's like,
That
that's
is
really
sad.
sad.
No,
Just
but-
judging.
Well, no, because I have now when you hold your phone a lot or look. Now I have a grip that hurts, kind of like a carpal
Yeah.
Oh,
situation.
yeah.
When you hold the pinky
And you're
out.
like, what a loser
Yeah.
injury.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
I looked
Yeah.
at Twitter
I
too much,
scrolled
and now
too
my
hard.
hand hurts
Yeah.
Yeah.
all the time.
I have to
Diego,
ice
you
my
do the
wrist.
ropes. You do the rope workout. I've seen that. I've
done
seen your
the battle
videos.
ropes. Yeah, I've done those.
Battle ropes.
Do you have those in your room?
No, I have those at the gym.
Yeah.
In my room, I have
Duvet comforters.
I have 8 kettlebells and adjustable dumbbells
Ooh.
and dip bars.
Wow. I just joined a gym.
Ooh,
So, look
what gym did
out.
you join?
Crunch.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good, I have to say. I mean, some of the instructors seem unhinged, but I kind of like that.
Yeah, you want a little danger.
Yeah. I don't want
Keeps
to
you
feel
on
safe.
edge.
I don't want to feel 100% safe.
I like to become a personal trainer. All you have to do is pass a test.
Yeah, you have to pass the test.
That's it.
That's all
Oh
you-
yeah, they have like guys come around for the free one, like, hey, can I offer you a free training session? I'm like, well, you're 19
Yeah.
and a man, so I don't know if you're going to be able to work with this.
Yeah.
The body of a mother, which I'm not, but I am. I think we know I'm not, but I clearly
Yeah.
am.
He's like, all right, deadlift that. And you're like, that's
Yeah.
4 times my weight.
Yeah.
That's just what I know.
Like,
Well,
okay.
like sometimes when you work out, when I work out, I'm just like, I'm not here to get hot. I just want to be like passable. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just want to maintain a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, what machines are for 6s?
Yeah.
What's kind of the like pretty good section,
Yeah.
but
Because you always go there and they're like, push it.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't want to get injured, okay?
Yeah.
Like I'm in the hospital
yeah.
Yeah.
because I did jumping jacks with a 5-pound weight.
I dropped it on my head.
Little concussed, pardon.
I'm just trying to get strong enough so my body doesn't slowly start to resemble a question mark. as I get
Yes.
older. That's really my
I think
big
that
fear.
naturally happens in New York if you don't do anything.
Yeah, you're just
Because everyone keeps your eyes down.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes down.
Well, you just see people that are like walking at a 90-degree
Full,
angle,
Oh, yeah.
and like you have to leave the city.
Yeah.
and they're not even
Go to
walking
the
that
country.
slow. They have like a decent pace to them, and you're
Yeah.
like, holy
How did
shit.
you get there?
I don't have any kinks that I'm ashamed of, but I would
You
pay
should.
good money to grab one of those people and just shove my knee into their back and pull their shoulders
Stretch
back.
them.
Dude, they would
Yeah.
die.
I know.
It'd be like,
Then it would be so satisfying.
Yeah.
I wish that worked.
I
I wish that was
all-
the technique
I'd be
that
so funny.
worked.
It's
You're a
all they needed.
chiropractor. I think that's how you become a chiropractor.
I'm like, come here, let me just fucking crack your boots.
I just need to work out enough to the point that my mind is not insane. That's
Yes.
kind of what I just need to get a strong workout so I stop spinning out and I exhaust the psychosis.
That's truly
Yeah.
like when I started working out, I was like, oh, that's why these guys are so happy all the time.
Yeah.
They're just exhausted.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's just
Tire
too
out.
tired to worry.
The monkey mind,
It's-
which
yeah.
sounds like a slur, but it is not. It is
No,
a
it's
term in yoga.
No, we go monkey mode on this podcast.
Yeah, our
It's
ape
been-
index is off the charts.
Yeah, we checked our ape index on the podcast. We
really
watch
good.
a lot of monkey videos in the house.
Oh,
We're
okay.
really
That's
Yeah,
great.
but that's one of
Yeah.
the things that, because fitness is my life. And one of the things that bums me out about how, like, the barrier for entry for the average person, like, they see this, like, insane intensity, and it's like, I don't want anything to do with that. It's like, yeah, you don't have to be that. That's a specific type of person who has made this their entire life.
Yes.
And to work out to that extreme is unrealistic.
it's mental illness.
It's a mental illness that's good for
Or
you.
like, yeah, like
It is.
exercise addiction.
Well, it's a full-time job to have abs at
Thank you. Thank you so much.
35.
Yeah, thank you so much. It is a full-time job. And I don't get enough respect. Okay.
No, but it's like, I don't want to live my life that way.
Sure, it's a nightmare.
I don't want to be 4 hours at the gym and then making sure I'm eating the appropriate amount every day.
Oh yeah, then you're eating weird stuff like a giant protein smoothie with like
8
muscle
eggs.
milk.
Yeah.
Like I'm good.
Nothing makes me sadder than like having a bunch of tiny little containers of the same food in the refrigerator, like
Yeah.
the meal prep stuff. It makes me
Yeah.
like
It feels very
suicidal.
1984 in a way where it's
Yeah.
like now I have my salmon portion.
Yeah. Oh, I get to pick my nutrient square out of the refrigerator and put it in the microwave and eat that.
I find it comforting. I
You
find
don't meal
I-
prep.
Do you meal
I
prep?
used to. I'll do once in a while, but our fridge is too small for me to do that now.
No.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
I do enjoy little boxes, though. I have to say, I'm kind
Hey,
of
me
love
too.
little spaces, kind of like a tight little space. Were you?
Like a bento
I was
box?
making a pussy joke.
Okay, I was. That's what I was.
Oh.
I thought that was happening, but I wasn't. I was making a joke of like. Well, it wasn't a joke actually. Just a fun fact about me that I like little small things.
I was making
like,
my statement.
Cute.
yeah.
But are you guys still vegan? You guys are both vegan? Because we like veganism. We're vegan by convenience.
If it's convenient,
Right.
that's my first choice.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
But if you go to a part or like a family gathering and I don't want to bother going into explaining my belief system, so I will rather eat meat.
I understand.
Yeah.
You're like, I have morals until I have to explain them once.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then it's gone.
I don't want to deal with a sigh.
No ground to stand on.
Eye roll.
See,
Yeah.
but here's
An uncle who has rude questions.
Here's the thing, though. So I've been vegan for like 15 years. So my family was just like so not against it, but they were just like, "You're gay,"
Yeah.
basically from the beginning.
A Long Island.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That made it worse.
Yeah. First, I brought my boyfriend home, and then I was vegan, and they're like, "Okay, now we're mad."
Yeah.
But
You went too far.
yeah, they're like, "Listen, have sex with a guy all you want, but you got to eat a regular hamburger, brother."
Mm-hmm.
But now, slowly, everyone in my family is like getting weird like dietary restrictions and all these different things, and there's other people who are vegan now, and now I just get to sit there fucking vindicated
Yes.
and being like, you motherfuckers gave me so much shit, and now your little body can't process regular milk.
Yeah.
Look
Those are
fucking
who's
win
getting
again.
diarrhea now.
Yeah, well,
still
well,
me, but I chose it. I wanted the diarrhea.
I like the purple Doritos that give me diarrhea.
Dude, I can't eat those ever
Yeah,
again.
so many. I mean, I think so many people have food issues because there's like the food in America is just fucked up. You
Yeah.
know, unless you're getting like all organic all the time or like unpasteurized milk or whatever.
Sure.
Everything is like bad.
Oh yeah, I'm obsessed with those like carnivore diet people, like those doctors that are like doctors. It's one doctor who has gone mentally insane and moved to Costa Rica because the water there in the shower is cleaner.
The guy doesn't brush his teeth.
The guy who doesn't brush his teeth. Well, he doesn't use toothpaste. He doesn't use toothpaste, and he doesn't use soap.
Is this your friend?
No,
No, he's just.
I wish.
He's like really. He's like a big like
Is
TikTok.
he a comedian? 'Cause I
No.
feel like-
I gotta find him.
Yes,
It's
God.
it does sound like a comedian.
Yeah.
He's
A
like, I
lot of
don't-
comedians are just fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
You're
mean,
like, yeah, he just eats pigeons.
yeah.
But it works for him and he's
Yeah.
selling out on the road.
Yeah. And you're like, fuck, okay, fine. I'll do it too. But yeah,
I'm intrigued by this guy.
yeah, he's
so
called like
he
the
only eats
Carnivore
meats.
MD.
He's
And-
not the liver king.
No, but it's in the same.
Are they friends?
Ooh.
Are they
They know each
enemies?
other.
Yeah, I don't think they're enemies. They're in the same world because he's like he eats like beef liver and like desiccated bull testicles
And steroids.
Desiccated.
No
I don't know
steroids.
what
Though.
that
He's a
means.
pretty slim guy.
Oh, because the liver king was steroid.
Yeah. He was like, this guy is like, he has like crazy eyes and he's super tan because he just like lives in Costa Rica and surfs and eats like, he'll just be like, this is all you have to do every day is just eat 1 full pound of ground beef with a bunch of butter on top of it.
Ooh.
And that's it. And I'm just like, I feel like you probably need a little bit more than that.
Some
Yeah.
veggies.
Yeah.
Yeah, he eats and he eats a lot
I
of
shit once
he's,
a week,
He's
and it's great.
he's anti-vegetable, but he's pro-fruit.
Weird.
Yeah.
Why is he anti-vegetable?
He thinks he has. It's like this weird thing where he's like vegetables. He's like vegetables are not able to be processed in your body the same way that a full pound of ground beef is.
stupid.
It like doesn't make any sense to me. He's like vegetables
Wow.
actually don't want to be eaten. I'm like, how do you know that?
I know, and it's also like people take that at face value, and they'll be like, "That is my truth now."
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
thing.
It's wild.
People see like if you just talk confidently enough about stuff like that, people are just like, well, it's got to be true. He's saying it.
That's how I am because I believe everything that my dad would tell me.
Oh, really?
I'd be like, "That is fact,"
Yeah.
because my
Yeah.
dad told me that.
Wow, that's me on TikTok. I'm like, and I know something now, and I will be spreading misinformation about COVID.
And then as soon as someone asks one question, I go, I actually don't know that.
Yeah.
I, don't
I think
know.
I dreamed it.
Yeah.
I think that was my dream.
All I know is that legally, if you have the interior light on in a car, you will get arrested. So I learned that from my dad.
Really? Is
Yeah.
that why they freak out
That's-
when
no, I
you
think-
always had the light on, or is
That-
that their scare tactic?
That was their scare tactic. I don't. I think they just was like it's harder to see while I drive, but they would just be like, "Oh, I'll get pulled over and arrested if the light's on for too long inside the car." I was like, I feel like that's not true.
Yeah, they just lie to make things easier. Make it easier on themselves.
Yeah, Santa.
Lying is good.
Yeah. Oh man, I would love. First of all, if I had a kid, it would be really fucked up. But I would lie to it so much.
Yeah. You'd be like, I love
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
born to me.
I wanted you to
Yeah.
be here. Your mother and I are still together. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I used to lie a lot when I was teaching preschool. We would, I had a little fun game that I would do. We'd tell the kids about a wizard. There's a wizard. He like lives in the air vent, and we would like have them go for nap time, and they would all close their eyes. We'd put like some little glitter. We'd be like, "Look, he was here, the wizard," and we would go, "The wizard."
All right.
It was a whole like mythology that we created, and they really believed it.
That's fun, though.
Yeah.
That's harmless.
That is.
Fun.
Until they get home and they're like, "The wizard's in there," and their
Yeah.
parents are like, "What the fuck?"
What are you doing to my damn kid?
he has
That is
glitter.
My kids are afraid to go to church because there's a wizard everywhere.
Oh,
Sorry. No, you say something.
Oh, thanks. Finally, I get to talk on the podcast like I never get to. No.
What a dynamic between you two. This is very tense yet loving.
Yes,
go.
exactly. I remember I found out the tooth fairy wasn't real because I remember I had a tooth fall out at my uncle's house, and I was like there hanging out with my cousins and stuff, and I was sleeping. They had bunk beds. I was sleeping on the top bunk, and I had my tooth under my pillow, and my uncle was just like kind of drunk and walked in, was just like he like really moved my head while I was sleeping. And then I was like, "What's up?" He goes, "There's no tooth fairy, man. Here's $1." I was just like, "Thanks, Uncle Kevin.
Yeah.
I appreciate this."
Thanks for ruining
God.
it.
How
Yeah.
old were you?
42.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, I'm 34 now, so I was probably 32.
Wow, COVID was weird.
Yeah. He goes,
Pandemic.
"You don't get money from the tooth fairy. Your teeth just keep falling out of your head from mistreatment." And I go like, "Oh, I want it."
I remember being a kid and having my mom and aunt try to explain to me that if you whistle at the night, like if you whistle during nighttime, because we were whistling a song, that it brings the devil will come.
Okay.
Oh, this is like one of those like immigrant.
Yeah, a lot of my stuff is immigrant
yeah.
stuff.
Bit of a folktale. I like
Yeah,
that.
I remember being like, not even that like the devil doesn't exist. I'm like, what a stupid thing for him to do. Like, why would he care about whistling?
Yeah, he's petty.
And I'd just be like, I just got annoyed and got more frustrated. Would just whistle a lot and be like, he's not coming, is he?
Yeah.
You're probably just stop whistling, for God's sakes.
truly
This kid's
is
got a whistling problem.
But what if you kept whistling and then the devil did show up and you're like, "Fuck, that's
Like, my bad.
That's my bad, dude. Sorry."
It's funny because in
devil.
retrospect, my mom's like, hey, shut up because it's hurting my head. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
I love you so much.
I love you. You're my mom.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
have a hatred towards whistling.
It's too jolly.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, shut the fuck up. No one slept well last night. We're all on our period. You don't go around whistling, okay? Well, I remember there were weird things that in my family, like we would tell, like, you overhear stuff. Like one time my aunt told me that my grandmother had to like leave. She had to run over to the neighbor's house because the neighbor accidentally drank bleach.
Oh.
And you're like, and then I repeated it to someone. They were like, "How do you accidentally drink
And you're like,
bleach?"
good point.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
was that? Like the neighbor's just like on a suicide watch, and my grandma has to run over. Or like, we're like, doo doo doo.
Yeah. Sorry, Grandma, it's your shift, and she's got the bleach in her hand.
Need a stiff one.
Yeah, asking no questions, just taking it as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
That's my favorite as an adult when you reflect back and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
yes, there's some holes in that story
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
didn't know to question until later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the planes went to both towers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
like our neighbor got in trouble for hugging too much.
Yeah.
Like, wow, that was weird. Careful, you don't want to overhug.
You gotta be careful. How many hugs you do today? Ooh, close to the limit.
I'm shocked that in my neighborhood, because I grew up in like a pretty poor town, that there wasn't a lot of like, because that's where like molesters live. That's where they can afford to live.
Oh, you think it's a proper?
It's a class situation.
I think they're shunned from a lot of other neighborhoods, and then they're like, where am I going to go? This poorer neighborhoods. But really, there was more like, watch out for this guy. They're gang members kind of thing.
Yeah.
More
There's
like
no
that.
winning. Sure, you can shush him away.
Yeah.
Oh
Chuck.
my gosh.
Chuck's
Speaking
coming.
of getting molested.
Yeah, I mean, he's really going to get in
He's like,
there.
hey, how warm is your body for me to lean on?
Oh, he's
Yeah.
kind of a little
He's a pervert.
He's
little
inappropriate.
He's a
dude, isn't he?
Did you know that Coco the gorilla had a sexual harassment charge against because she kept touching one of the trainer's would make them. She had a thing for nipples,
Yeah, hell yeah, Coco.
and one of the
Coco
I guess
wants to
somebody
see.
they were like, show her your nipples, and so it was a sexual harassment.
Wow.
Wow.
Coco's canceled.
So Coco was harassing, or they were harassing her by playing into it.
I
It's like
don't
she
know,
can
but-
she
It could go either
consent?
way.
What's the age of consent for a gorilla?
Ooh.
Yes.
Their
Yeah.
mindset is like that of like a 4-year-old.
Yeah, how
That
many
is
years is
true.
1 year?
Yeah,
gorilla?
what's a gorilla year?
Gorilla she could do sign language.
I want to fuck.
Well,
I'm
probably.
mostly offended because Coco wasn't deaf. That was the
Right.
problem.
Mm.
Appropriating deaf culture.
She was doing stolen valor for deaf
Yeah.
people.
yeah,
Because it could easily be the
but she couldn't communicate audibly,
That's
right?
Yeah, she
true.
couldn't speak.
So they taught
So let me
language.
see those nips.
Yeah.
Or the
Let me see your
zookeeper's like,
nipples.
no, she wants it. She keeps asking me to show her my
Yeah.
nips.
Yeah.
Just show the
Like,
nips.
Is she?
It's funny that as soon as you give like language or sentience to anyone, almost immediately it becomes perverted.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like it feels like any advancement also like in, let's say like technology, it feels like it's only happening because of like how can we get this so we can fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Chat CPG soon will be like write us a story about Hansel and Gretel. And it's
Yeah.
gonna just like go nasty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The witch who took her dress off. What?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm listening.
They left breadcrumbs in the forest, but they wanted to eat something else.
A little something else.
Yeah, but incest. Ugh, they were stepbrother and sister in this.
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, the witch
It's not-
got stuck in a dryer too. It
Yeah,
was
don't
weird.
get
Yeah.
Game of Thrones on it. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Yes,
But
classic.
dumb witch.
Classic.
So Witch lives in the woods, but she has a fucking washer and dryer in the
Yeah,
house.
yeah. She's got a bunch of ring lights all over the house.
It's so funny. It can't be more obvious that I don't watch porn. I'm like, maybe they were watching a movie. I
just
saw
like-
Softcore at a hotel like 2 years ago, and I'm like, that's what I remember.
Mhm.
That was wow.
Hansel and Gretel were actually pizza delivery people.
Oh,
Yeah.
uh-oh. Their wife was asleep in the other room.
Just a woman with a weird shaped hole in a pizza box and
I don't love
delivering it.
Softcore. I like the story, though. I like the story.
You like art?
You
I saw
know?
that.
Yeah,
It's a
I like
little- oh my God,
softcore.
tell me a little story.
Showtime has a lot of softcore porn. It's just like Joe and I watched one. It was like Swingers in Palm Springs, and
Okay.
it had the actor, the love interest from Sex in the City, Samantha's love interest, the guy.
Willem Dafoe.
No, the younger guy,
Oh.
who was younger than her. He was in it. You know, when you
Yes,
watch,
yes.
sometimes you watch these things, and you're like, oh, I reckon. There's
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
one actor in there that you know. You're like, oh,
Yeah, you're
He's
like, oh,
not
there's
doing good.
Ian,
Yeah.
there's Ian Ziering from
Yeah.
whatever.
yes. But it was like, I find those movies so enjoyable because the acting is horrific.
Yes.
The plot line is awful, but you're just amazed that people came together to make this art
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
us.
to
Yes.
come together.
Yeah.
Truly.
Hello, you left this in the other room.
She's doing a lot of extra facial gestures after.
My dad is gone.
For the whole weekend?
Yeah, he's on a business trip.
My shirt fell off.
He's on a business trip.
The one guy doesn't realize. He's like, cool, we can fuck.
Yeah.
Make it more.
He's like,
It's
come
a
on,
genre of acting that I
fucking get
admire.
there.
I aspire to it. As long I don't want to do the sex part though. I'm too prudish for that.
Oh,
I'd be
Yeah,
like,
I
they,
can't
they,
do
they
that.
should have stunt doubles.
You just want to do softcore
oh, yeah,
acting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's acting. Yeah.
I think because there are lots of parts in softcore that there's no fucking going on. You're just helping the plot
Yeah,
go
like the
forward.
Sex and the City guy
I'm
probably
the-
didn't do any fucking.
No, not made. Just like maybe. Well, because in Sex, it's basically Sex in the City.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because they showed nudity and sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, softcore is no actual. It's like simulated sex, but it's
Yeah.
not like they're not even actually having
You're not really
sex.
getting like.
Which is
there's
why
no
I
frontal
like it.
really.
Yeah. I say,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Are the
Classy.
actors fucking?
Yes. Not
Not
really.
really.
You
They
just see
kind
tits
of
and
are.
ass.
Tits and ass. Yeah. I mean, they could like fake it. You know, they
Yeah.
really are.
We would all be really great actors in a softcore porn where we're just friends of the people that are fucking. We're at the house party, but we're just having
I'm
a
like,
good
can
time.
you believe?
They keep going to the other
They
room.
think we don't know. We're not stupid.
Yeah. Like that's my couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, put a towel down. All right. Okay.
Never once in my life.
Yeah.
What?
Put the towel down.
What do you mean?
I don't do it.
Wow,
For
you're really
when?
divulging a lot on your podcast.
Yeah,
No,
we're
I
not.
didn't realize
This
that we were
isn't
going to be
close.
telling all here.
I've
we
told,
really get into
I've
it.
told so much. I just start making stuff up now. I go
Not
like,
a
yeah, I don't know.
towel
I
guy.
got Down syndrome now. I just start.
caught it. I
Yeah,
got it.
I
Mike,
got fucking-
no towel Brucey.
Yeah, I just go fuck it. I don't care.
Why not?
I get mad when I ruin my sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sheets aren't-
I want nice sheets, and I can't have jizz everywhere on them.
I think that's
Yeah.
the thing
Or
is that
oils.
I have like fine. I have some nice sheets coming in the mail, but I've always just had
Ooh.
like fine.
Kind of for you to come on. and-
Yeah. And I look in the mirror before bed. I go, no jacking off in the nice sheets. Don't ruin them. Don't fucking sweat in them either, you nasty pig.
Because putting a towel down implies to me period sex.
To me, yeah.
Okay,
as
are
well.
we on
But
the same
also,
page?
there's just like oil wetness.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
What if the sheets are a towel? Whoa,
Yeah.
life hack.
Ooh, terry
Life
cloth
hack coming at
sheets.
you.
You just wake up super sweaty.
They do not breathe.
Well, you're like, oh, okay, cool.
I use a rubber towel.
Yeah.
Rubber sheets.
But like when I make the bed and look at my mattress, Joe and I laugh about this all the time. I'm like, am I just straight peeing in my sleep?
Oh.
Why is my mattress insanely yellow everywhere?
Oh,
Yeah, it's like skin though, because like when you sleep, like that's why you're supposed to like vacuum the mattress, because when you sleep, and also like you have to have a headboard too, because if you don't have a headboard, the oil from your head can actually yellow the wall. Like so much comes out of you
Yeah,
when you
it's really
sleep,
gross.
and you have like there's like bed mites as well.
Yeah.
It's like yucky.
Yeah.
We're disgusting creatures.
I know. I just found out I should probably you're supposed to put a mattress topper and then your fitted sheet, so you don't get that weird, gross yellowness on your mattress.
The topper, or like the
My
bed
mattress is
bug
too far
cover
gone
too.
already.
That like the mattress cover, the mattress protector.
yeah.
You have a mattress
Yeah, which-
bottomer.
yeah. Damn it.
I know we don't have that either. We're just like raw dogging
Animals.
it. We're just raw dogging sheet to mattress. Whoa, life
Yeah.
on the edge.
Yeah.
In my dream life, I'd like to get a headboard. Then I'd like to get the mattress protector. I'd like to get a bed skirt, which I also don't have. I mean, it is.
Wow.
I'm naked.
Yes.
My bed is naked to the world. Anyone comes in, they know what's under there, and it is yoga mats.
Mine's
protein
all
bar.
of Joe's comedy notebooks for the last 10 years that I wish to
He
throw
hasn't-
out.
He has them under the bed.
Because it's not like he's going in there retrieving information.
One day they might have to make the Joe List Museum.
Yes.
And then they need
He needs it
those.
for his documentary in 50
Yeah.
years.
Him leafing
is
through
true.
being like,
Or turn it into a
jacking off
book.
is weird.
Yeah.
I saw a dog with
looking
a
at your
big
first
penis.
year, like your first year of comedy notebook, being like,
Embarrassing, dude.
having parents is odd, isn't it? You have like hello written on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Say
How's
hello.
everyone doing tonight?
Yeah.
Stylus
Don't
is just
cry. Don't cry. It's something funny about keeping your comedy notebooks in the place where you have sex with the person you love.
Bad
you know? It's
mojo.
like- yeah.
Well, in his first apartment, he used to. Guys are just bad at decor. You guys are actually pretty good.
Thank you.
I like the aesthetic, but like, it's Joe had headshots of every male comic friend of his on the wall, and so I'd have Nick DiPaolo looking at us while we were,
that's
or Nate
insane.
Bargatze's bad black and white. You know,
I think
just
like I
black and white
understand.
headshots.
I understand because that's really funny, but in theory, it's
His
really
living room
funny.
just looks
Like,
like the
oh my-
comedy castle.
Yeah. It's, like, it's the comedy.
Not
yeah.
bedroom.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Even our living room looks like that. He takes magazine covers.
Joe's a framer.
Joe's
He's
a framer, and it
bit of a
needs
framer.
to stop. It needs to stop. Yeah.
I had some terrible decor. I remember when I first moved to New York, my apartment was so shitty. We had roaches, we had mice, we had a rat. This was the place where I lived where the rat came out of the toilet. And I was like,
Was this when you lived in like with like 100 people in like that crazy?
that was
yeah.
a different heinous living scenario. But in this place, I like was desperate. I like wanted it to look cute, you know. So I had a shower, it was like fabric, but it was a shower curtain that I had gotten at like a Value Village or something, and I just hung it on the wall. And my friend came over, and I was like, I decorated it myself. She was like, how fucked up would it be if you hired somebody to do that?
Yeah, you paid someone.
She was like, yeah, you don't need to say you did it yourself because we know.
Yeah,
You've got
yeah.
a shower curtain on the wall, honey, and it's not even straight. Oh my God.
I've
I was
never
like,
heard of
is
someone-
it bad? We had like gnarly carpet in there too that had just been like carpet, like just plaster and dirt and like mouse shit in it. We had like a shitty little vacuum. Like, this is helping.
It's blowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of those ones that's like it's basically just like a dustbuster with a handle on
Yeah.
it. And
Yeah.
it's like,
And
I'm
our
cleaning
rent
my
was-
entire house with this.
Our rent was $1,300 for a 2-bedroom apartment. This is Prospect Heights in 2008.
Fuck.
Yeah. That's great.
That was like in our old apartment. We had like, so the whole living room was like fake wood, like the plasticky like wood paneling.
Oh,
It felt
yeah,
very
like
like 70s
triggering.
basement. And
I
then
feel like someone's going to be killed in there.
it was really,
molested.
yeah. It was very
Uncle
like
Dan!
Twin Peaks feeling. But then, we had like linoleum tile floor, which I hated,
me
but it
too.
started like chipping and pulling up.
Ooh.
So we told our landlord like, hey, we need a new floor. This obviously hasn't been changed since like, literally looks like 1985.
74,
Like,
yeah.
and she was like, okay. And then she just did that like landlord thing where she just got the cheapest thing possible.
Yeah.
And it was just like that new like gray toned wood flooring. So it was
Yeah.
like multiple tones of wood.
Yeah.
And it
Oh.
all was just like, it was, every time I opened the front door, I'd be like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like,
Yeah.
it was like
It's
jarring.
jarring.
I had to
Yeah.
like get all these rugs to like cover it to just be like, this is,
Some semblance of change. and-
yeah.
Yeah,
just-
these New York City apartments, like you see, like you look through listings and it's like, you're like, oh, it's a great deal, but can I live in what appears to be an abandoned mental facility?
Yeah.
Abandoned if you're lucky.
We
seemed-
went.
It seems like if you put your hand on the wall, it just will like slowly go through it.
Yeah.
Like you're in a
Like
a
David
memory
Cronenberg
foam.
movie.
I've never. Oh my God, I've never left. We looked at this place that it was like a great deal, and we were like, oh my God, what a great deal! It was a walk through a railroad apartment, and it just old. The apartment that time forgot. The floor was warped. I mean, it was just like just all over the place. And the landlord, the oldest man I have seen in my life, or he was the super. He came up and I was like, well, we were really thinking about moving there because it was so cheap. And we're like, well, I mean, we could, I guess, live like in a war zone. You know, we could do this.
Yeah.
We could do this. And the super came so old. And I said, is there any problems with mice in the building? He was like, oh yeah. We're just like, you know what?
That's, like a
He's like,
lot.
yeah, that's
They're
pretty
really
bad.
fucking there,
Yeah,
man.
and we were like, oh, okay. Well, good to know.
Yeah,
good
thank
to
you.
know. And I am so glad every day. I'm like, thank God we didn't move there because you live in a place like that, and then you just feel bad all the time. You're like,
It's
why?
like psychologically damaging.
Yes.
Like I lived in a
Yes.
place on Bedford and North 7th. Like I lived on Bedford above the Bagel Smith, and the apartment was like infested, and it would just make you feel like there's always something there.
Yeah.
It's
and just
psychological
uneasy.
torture.
Yeah.
And what was it infested with?
Little mice.
Oh my God! I've never got Bagel Smith.
I mean, I don't know if Bagel Smith themselves, but like our apartment was, it's New York, of course, but it's like,
I remember one time I was really young. I was maybe like 20, and I like had like my first day of work at a new job, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed early. I'm gonna make my lunch for tomorrow. And I made my lunch for the next day, and then for some reason I put it like in a bag, and then just like had it in my bedroom to be like, I'm getting ready to go to work tomorrow. And then the entire night I just heard mice like trying to get into the bag of my lunch, and I was like, well, I guess I'm buying lunch on my first day. No fucking way.
I just love the pride of like, look at me, just going on my new job and
yeah.
I'm getting my life together.
Yeah,
and then
go-
you're like, oh, mice.
My new job of working in a t-shirt printing factory at 7 in the morning.
New York will
Yeah.
just hand your ass to you time and again. I've lived in so many places that have had mice. Like I lived in the East Village and we had mice. They like put in a pizza parlor and we just got infested. And my roommates would put out glue traps, which is that's the absolute worst thing you could do because it's like now not only do you have mice, but now you're just like a psychotic murderer.
Yeah.
That's torturing animals because they will like get caught and then they're like ripping. You hear it. I
Yeah.
just wake up every morning to like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that movie 127
Oh, yeah,
hours.
yeah, yeah.
They're just pulling their arms
Yeah.
off. They'll do
Gnawing 'em
anything.
off.
remember my roommate. It was when I lived with Kelly Festuca. She's so funny. Did you guys remember her? She was
Yeah.
Australian.
No, I don't think I met her.
Kelly. She was so funny. She was there when we had the mice, and I like couldn't handle it because I'd already had the rat come out of my toilet and other horrific like rodent experiences. And she was like, "Oh, I got it," and she just picked up the glue trap and just threw it out the window.
So Australian.
Yeah.
Every
So
Australian is a
Australian.
fucking psychopath.
Because they live on Predator Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got
Yeah.
every poisonous, venomous predator that you can think of.
Yeah, it's
lives
like
there.
like those black widows just like coming towards you in your sleep,
I mean, they have to
or
have
the brown recluse.
they have to have special hats so some birds don't attack their heads.
Yeah.
It is truly
magpies?
Jurassic Park down there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fucked.
that's what it is. It's Jurassic Park.
Down
Yeah.
under.
Bunch of
She's like, I've got it, mate.
Oh, I got it.
It's my
Like, oh
home.
yeah, I have to put metal spikes on my bicycle helmet
Yeah.
so birds don't attack me sometimes.
She's
And
like,
so-
you just whack with it.
Which
But
respect.
it's beautiful.
It's beautiful, yeah.
Ugh, mice though. They're so awful. That's the only thing you can do is have a cat, really. That's
Is it
Yeah,
good
I
really the
mean,
only
defense?
thing you can do.
They don't like their smells either.
Yeah.
Yeah, just having it in the house. I mean, I think we've had like the entire time I've lived in New York City, I truly think of having like I've seen like one mouse in any apartment I've lived in.
Good, but
Just
you always
because-
have cats though.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've
Yeah.
had him the entire time, so that I'm like, oh, cool. This actually like works.
Yeah. So now, would you feel bad about killing a mouse as a vegan person?
Yeah. If he killed it, that was the thing. If he killed it, I would feel nothing.
Yes.
I'd be like, well, that's just how life
That's
goes.
nature.
That's nature. But then if I had to kill it, I'd be like, ah, fuck, this stinks. But I would still, I don't know.
It's
'Cause
even worse. Like you hear people where it's like they caught the mouse on the glue trap, then they take it into the woods in a bucket. Which, first of all, like I guess you're getting on the LIRR or
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
or like going to Central Park, and then you put like soap on it, so it's like body gets free, and it's like a whole 3-hour process, and then it just like runs into the next apartment immediately.
Yeah.
You know,
But they can like come back. Like they know. Is it mice? I don't know if it is. It's in the freezer. Sorry, we have a secret segment.
Oh,
secret
oh.
segment. Wow.
Is it like Fear Factor?
It's like it is like
You guys
the
are coming at us with a
it
machete.
is like the lightest version of Fear Factor.
So we're gonna have to eat like cow eyeballs.
Oh my God.
As well, because you said if someone offers you something that's not vegan, you'll eat it. So
That's true.
We're giving you cow eyeballs. Are we getting into it right now? Okay, cool. So we have a segment on this podcast called the Energy Drink Corner, where every week we try a different energy drink, and it's slowly killing us. So you guys only have to take a little tiny sip.
Okay,
If
but
that's
I might
okay.
just smell it though, because
That's
I'm
fine.
weird about flavors.
Do it wine style.
Oh yeah, well just do a little taste.
Well,
Spit it in my mouth.
don't worry. This is a regular, a real regular flavor. So this is
Where'd
this
you
week we'll
get
be
this?
doing.
Where did you?
This
get-
was at the grocery store across the
Okay.
street.
You guys
This is-
love energy drinks.
Yes, but this is C4 brand energy drink, which is named after a violent explosive.
Oh,
So that's good.
ooh.
And the flavor this week is Arctic Snow Cone, which sounds awful.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It sounds like antifreeze.
I bet you it'll taste and smell like it too.
Delicious.
I'm picturing blue
Oh.
because of Arctic.
Arctic makes you think blue.
Yeah.
What,
I
Yeah,
like-
very antifreeze-ish. Yeah.
what are your two's energy drink regimen?
Well,
How often do you
I
drink-
don't do it.
I
I
do
actually
not-
think it's trashy.
Oh.
It's a little WT.
Mhm.
I am a coffee lover.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I love coffee. I love green tea. I love matcha. I love like yerba mate. But energy drinks, because I have like a weird thing. I feel like I may not be able to drink this.
Okay.
I'm already kind of freaking out. I have a thing with like artificial fruit flavor. Really freaks me out.
Interesting.
Don't
Yeah,
worry. On first smell, it doesn't smell anything like fruit does.
I'm,
We
just
had-
I'm gonna give it a little
Yeah,
sniff.
just give it a
We
sniff.
had friend of the pod.
It has like a Red Bull,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I'll drink a Red Bull
drink
because
Red
Red Bull to me is the classier
Okay.
of the energy drinks, and
I
I'll
like
do
you
it when I
making
go to
it
a
a-
club.
Eco-social
go.
statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but energy drinks are white trash for sure.
They're trash.
At best, they're like party girl.
But I like this as superhuman because that's
Yeah,
fun.
this is because C4 is for like definitely for like working out. It's like a pre-workout.
Oh, this is a
So
pre-workout.
So literally, like if you drink the whole can, your skin will feel hot.
There's beta-alanine, which
Wow.
makes your skin hot.
Should I be drinking stuff like this before I work out? 'Cause I'm just
Absolutely.
going in.
Yeah.
Is there a
It gets you going.
benefit for that?
Yeah, it gets you going.
Get you going.
A friend, Luke Moniz, was on the podcast, and he
Love
smelled.
big guy.
No, he didn't even
He
smell
didn't
it.
smell it. Even
We
nobody.
had, it was like Starburst flavored, and he started gagging. Before.
It's vile.
It-
It's just actually just like sugar water.
Yeah.
It's just straight sugar water.
Did you try it already?
I tried it.
You
I
tried
don't
it?
like it. It
It
smells
has
like
no definitive flavor. I cannot even tell
this
you
one
what that
really-
is.
This one is not good.
This tastes like the mystery Airheads.
Yeah.
Oh.
The white.
Yeah.
What mystery? The
It
cup.
Yeah.
tastes like if you put all of the like Otter Pops together and melted them.
Yeah.
This is a funny prank to tell somebody that it's that, just like a flavored seltzer.
Yeah. Just,
And you get
Yeah.
fucking like
They're like,
amped up.
Why am I thinking of a small business right now?
yeah, we do the seltzer corner, and it won't affect you at all.
I'm sorry, I cannot.
no,
I
no.
cannot take
Don't
a
be
drink of
sorry.
it.
That's
It
fine.
is.
We want your honest.
Of the energy drinks, I would give that a 0 out of 10.
Okay.
So we do 1 out of 5 lightning bolts.
So 0, but 0.
No, hold on. I might change their opinion.
Great. It's not good.
This is like it's not disgusting to me. We've tried some real like you have no idea how bad they can actually
Yeah,
get.
this is fine.
Why can't they make them not taste like this?
they
Why
do? But they know that like having a lot of different flavors is good for the business. So like some
Yeah.
flavors are going to be not great.
I do like I like your guys' cups though.
Yeah,
Thank
These
I
are
like the
very
glassware.
cute. Glassware.
Hmm.
You guys are really
This-
growing up.
Thank you so much. We have Dragon Ball Z glasses. This is one of the least good C4s. I like C4. Again, big workout guy. Love getting fucking all amped up.
Well, see, like Coke Zero has like a flavor.
Yeah, Coke
Oh.
Zero
It has
is
the- it
delicious.
has the best
Let's
flavor
just put
of all.
more caffeine in the Coke Zero and make it an
Yeah.
energy
Even
drink.
like this is just a nice, easy berry. There's no surprises with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mixed berry kind of
There
dries
are, I
the
will
Love
face.
say
mixed
I will
berry.
say that this can of C4 is full of surprises.
Yeah.
No, wait, can you tell me, because I work out,
Mhm.
but I never really, like, I'm a person, I have done yoga for like years and years. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. But for yoga, you always only work out on an empty stomach. And so that's what I almost always do. But now I'm hearing all these different things of like, you should eat a yogurt or something before you work out, or like something with high fat, and I don't know what I'm doing.
I like drinking coffee before I run.
Cool. Yeah. It's pretty
Caffeine, I
So you
like
have
it.
to have diarrhea in the park.
I do.
because you
It's for the public.
Sarah.
My opinion with stuff like that is there's always every year there'll be a study that counteracts the study before it. So just do whatever makes you feel good. If you feel like you work out better on an empty stomach, then do that. If you feel like you need a light snack, then do that. If you want a giant pasta meal, who gives a shit? If you're working out and it makes you feel good, then you're fine.
I like to smoke crystal methamphetamine before
That's
I
great.
go to the before
All
I go
that-
to the gym.
All that advice, all that like hyper specific is for like niche athletes who are trying to like hit a specific goal or like determine a specific factor of fitness. Like it's just too specific.
What if I got really ripped? I'm in the market for a new mental illness. I think that this could be it.
Hey,
An
I'll help.
identity shift.
I would love to see. I also want to at least try what my life would be like super ripped.
Yeah.
Would it get better?
No.
and like
No.
bulked up?
It's different. You're already married. That'd be
I
fun.
want to buy all new shirts.
Yeah, you guys have the at least like the cushion of both being in like long-term relationships
Yes.
Yes.
With a guy who's ripped.
with a guy who's ripped. That's true.
and one
yeah.
guy who's also ripped.
Trying to
Joe,
get
You're
there.
doing
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
But I think like it would irreparably damage your life to get ripped in a way because like first of all it would ruin your comedy career probably.
I think it would be hilarious to just go on stage like Killer Sally, like, hey
Yeah.
everyone, just
Yeah.
stuffed into like a normal shirt. Anyone here do yoga?
Yeah.
What you got? I think what would be funny if you just secretly did a full cycle of steroids.
Oh my
You
god.
both get on steroids, and your podcast becomes a lot more aggressive than it used to be.
We're like
Lady
choking each
Journey?
other out.
Yeah.
Oh my! I would love if Lady Journey did a journey of steroids.
You just do a
God,
full,
just around.
Just fun.
one
just
round.
10, 12 weeks of
What would that do to
testosterone.
us?
I know it would not be good for me because I had when I had my rash. Thank you.
Thank you to the fans who know.
Thank you to the fans.
when
I
she
got
had Katie's big
I got
rash.
a rash. I got a rash from staying at a comedy condo, which shall not be named for legal purposes, but I do believe it was from the comedy
Zany's
condo.
Rosemont.
But anyway, they put me on steroids, and they put me on a steroid, but also an antihistamine.
Yeah.
And it was the most psychotic I have ever felt in my life. I'm talking, I would like wake up furious from a nap, just drowsy, and
you
just
on
wake up.
I love waking up and just being like, fuck. Like so much.
It was so scary. And I was like on the road at the time too. So I just wake up and be in a hotel that just infuriated me. It was really scary. And I ended up stopping taking them because I was just like so assertive. I said, this is not me.
Yeah.
I was returning my coffee. I said, no,
Not good
incorrect.
enough.
Yeah.
You're finally standing up for yourself and you're like, this isn't right.
I don't like this.
This isn't who I am.
Before we forget, we have to rate the energy drink. 1 out of 5 lightning bolts.
I'm going to give it 1 to be nice.
One
to be
lightning
nice.
bolt.
One. I'm gonna go 2.
Yeah.
It's not good.
2.
It's a weird
not very
flavor.
good.
2. Thank you.
But yeah, I think, well, if you guys just did steroids, nothing would happen. But if you did steroids and then worked out a shit ton, you would get an insane amount of results. And then also, you would just recover faster. So you could work out like every single day instead of being like, I feel sore, so I have to take a day off in between.
That's me. I think I may get a trainer though, because I work out like, I don't think I'm working out right, because I'll work out and then I just get like a little skeletal and I'm like, I'm going for curves, but now
gotta
I
eat more.
just look. But what kind of food though? Like pasta?
I mean, that's
But
if you're
then
running a
everyone's
marathon.
like, no carbs.
I mean,
Do I need to eat a pound of ground beef
You
with
need to eat
butter?
a pound of ground beef and butter. No, that's the thing where it's like, that's where I start losing interest, like counting your macros and
Yeah,
stuff
I don't
like
want to
that.
do that. That's
Yeah.
painful. And you
Yeah.
can't, it's really hard to do that.
I can't
It's hard to do, and
calorie
especially
count.
also like being on the road.
Yeah, you
Like, you're
can't.
just
I'm
like,
eating at a
fuck.
gas station all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And there's restaurants where you are, but you're just choosing to go to the gas station. You're like, I'm hungry. Where's the? You're like looking up. You're like Chipotle. No. I need to go to
A
I need to go to a
W.
Love's.
Yeah, I've done calorie counting, and it's just so soul crushing. It's like you have so much stuff to do in your life. You're doing like social media, and it's like, and now I need to put in the cucumber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure I count it.
Yeah.
And it's like, even every time I was doing it, I was never like, I'm not eating, I think, to the point that I need to calorie count, I guess, or maybe I need to count,
Yeah.
making sure that I'm eating more. But it's like, you can't eat when you're not hungry.
Yeah.
Oh,
can, but
you
you
can.
should-
I also
Yeah.
find it
Not
embarrassing.
good for the
Discipline.
brain. Yeah.
Yeah.
because
Oh,
like
you have to force it. Yeah.
I was like, I've talked about this before with Katie, but like I remember doing keto, and then I would go. The only thing to eat I would be a Subway, and I'm telling the guy, can you just put like tuna in a cup? So I just feel like I'm enabling him in my eating disorder.
Yeah.
Oh,
That I was
yeah.
like, you know what? Fuck it.
Can you
Just
put
give
your
me the
finger
sandwich. Yeah, down
Yeah.
my throat.
Can I see your nipples, actually?
But it's like embarrassed. If I get embarrassed, and if I have to show my whatever diet in public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird and awkward, but I want to be curvy. I want to get a butt implant, I
want
think.
Britney Spears early 2000s.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want
just do
Britney Spears
not-
now. Her brain. That's what I want. Just staring into the camera on
Just
Instagram.
show us
and
your
all-
pussy. You really seem like you
my
want to.
God. Well, she's not worse than Madonna, though. Don't get
No,
me started
no,
on
no.
Madonna.
I
But she
think
has plenty of
Madonna's
time.
lonely.
Yeah. She
Yeah,
is-
of course they are.
She's always in her closet.
Well, now she's out because she's gay, apparently.
Oh yeah.
It has to be one of the craziest outlier mind fucks to be that beloved and famous, and then just like no one really cares or goes as like they don't selling out shows or like that. So it's like you're just used to this insane giant rush of whatever chemical happens to your brain.
And that's why I have chosen to never become successful.
Yeah.
Because I can't. I
pull it back.
Yeah. I'm like, I could be selling out arenas, but I don't want to then have a big drop.
I don't want to have a letdown.
No.
But it's like you think about, you have all that money, you have all that time, you can do whatever you want. Like, why would you just continue to pursue fame, which you already had? Like, why don't you go live in the mountains? Or why don't you like be a mom to your
'Cause they're
3 kids?
addicted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
I
learn
guess
a
it
new
is very
art
addicting.
form and be awesome in that.
Or like go live at the bottom
Jim
of the
Carrey.
sea with your
Yeah.
millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like, fucking get on the moon, bitch. Like
get on the moon.
I would watch your TikToks if you were on the moon.
Mm.
Yeah.
Madonna, the first woman living on the moon. Yes. Like, take a hint. We
would have to gone to the moon for real for her to get there first. We all know that.
Oh my
This is a conspiracy.
That's what I started.
You find out that we're a conspiracy theory podcast
Yeah.
while you're in it.
Well,
So what do you guys think about the Jews?
Yeah, oh my God. Well, we love bed sheets.
Yeah.
We're into linens. We're into linens.
Yeah, we're okay, but what's up? Why do they all control the banks? It's like, what's up with that?
Stop
I love
it.
the guy who keeps going back in it. But wait a second.
Yeah.
though. And
Let's
you're like,
see.
let's get a drink, Carl. Let's just order dinner.
That is, especially like on dates. I'm like, I'll always be like, just be normal, just be regular. And like, I remember a couple times where I just like couldn't hold it in that day for some reason, and just being. I remember being on a date and being like, in the back of a cab, we were going from like one place to another, and being like, and that's why the left also needs guns. Just being like, we need to arm ourselves because they're not going to stop arming themselves. And then she was like, fucking hitting the eject button in the cab or whatever.
This is good enough.
Hey,
It's like, we're
actually,
on the
this
highway.
corner is right here is where I want to go.
Oh my God.
I live here now. I live at the Dunkin' Donuts underneath the bridge in Greenpoint.
I used to get so nervous on dates. I would just drink way too much. And then it's like, now you're just getting like a hammered person who's like the same.
Yeah.
Now instead of being like awkward, I'm just confident and awkward
Yeah.
and a mess. You know?
And you're like, how many sisters do you have? I don't care. I do not care. I asked, don't answer the
You know,
question.
I'm like, anyone ever seen the film The Andromeda Problem from 1979? The Andromeda Strain, excuse me, The Andromeda Strain. Not a popular movie.
No.
Amongst
It rung
the,
a bell, and I'm like, wait, why? How come? Oh, have we been on a date?
No, it's an interesting movie. It's about a pandemic.
It's Michael Crichton, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I love MK.
It's like his first book movie.
Sick.
Book movie. I can barely remember it, but I do remember.
I remember
enjoying
this.
it.
Can I do a spoiler?
Yes.
Hold on. Welcome to Movie Pass Corner, everyone. We do a segment called Movie Pass Corner.
Oh,
Where we
cool.
talk about a movie we
movies.
watched that week. By all means.
Oh, they find out an alcoholic and a baby survives, and they can't figure out why. And it's because their oxygen content is the same, the baby from the crying and then the alcoholism in their blood.
Oh.
And so they figure that out. I think that's from Andromeda's Strain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes
That.
sense.
Now I never
have to
It's
see the
very
movie.
70s.
And did you like it?
Visually, I like old sci-fi
Okay.
because the budget for it is low.
Yeah.
They don't have CGI back then, so it is like the Seinfeld joke of like everyone's in silver,
Yeah,
wearing
yeah.
V's.
Yeah.
No one's wearing a bra for some reason. I love that in
Yeah.
It's my future.
I love it in what's that Logan's Run, like nobody, it's the future, but like bras they don't have the technology of the
They
underwire.
knew about the Free the Nipple campaign way before the rest of us.
It worked, ladies.
Yeah, I love old sci-fi. I just love like seeing, because it's like a different time, a different world from a different time. You know, it's just
Yeah.
like a double
Their
layer of
perspective,
weirdness.
or point of view of it. Yeah.
It's like, oh, what did you think the future was going to be like? This
Yeah.
is fun. But then now you're just like, because then it's like, it was cool. Everything was like practical. And now you're just like, now you know too much. You're like, I know you're just standing in front of like, you're in a fucking warehouse in
Yeah.
Atlanta in
Oh
front
my
of like
God.
a big blue screen.
Yeah,
of
like the
numbers.
Matrix. I remember when the Matrix came out and I saw it for the first time. I was like 11 or 10, and I remember being like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
going on? And then you watch it now, you're like, oh God, it looks
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah.
Your eyes
But I remember
learn.
then, yeah, your eyes learn. There's something else where it's like we continue learning like that. I saw something like that. It was like the sci-fi concept where it's like even our coolest stuff that we see now, like Avatar in 3D, like it to people like 20 years from now, it maybe to us it'll still look really cool
yeah.
and interesting, but like to the younger people, they'll be able to tell, you know.
Did you ever see? There's a I don't know if it's a TikTok or a YouTube video where they have their dad watching FIFA, like the video game FIFA, but he thinks it's a regular soccer game, like he thinks it's on TV.
Oh my God.
Kids like, oh, your eyes don't know. You haven't trained
Yeah,
your eyes
yeah.
enough. You're a dumb old idiot, and you think that.
I mean, that was the best thing though. There was that guy who was Twitch streaming, and he was just
Oh,
showing. He was like Twitch streaming and just showing a UFC event, like a live one. But he just had a controller in his hand and was pretending that he was playing video games, so he could like illegally stream like pirating the UFC event. And then graphics for video games are so good now that people were like the Twitch like algorithm was like, oh, I guess he is just playing a video game.
Yeah.
Wow. No, it's like the what is it called? It's some kind of test, but I remember it's like a test that it's called when you intuitively don't recognize like a robot as being human, even though
the Dunning-Kruger test.
Uncanny Valley.
Uncanny Valley
is when you're an expert.
Uncanny Valley.
Dumb,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's been showing up a lot on my TikTok lately.
There's one that's so funny where there's a
Your
little
eyes are like-
baby. Yeah. They're like, hello, Sarah. There's like a little baby that it's by like a Barbie, a my size Barbie, and it's like looking at it like, what? This baby is fucked up. It's so
Yeah.
funny, like at a young age. But it's like, I wonder if like, what if, in 60 years or whatever, we're going to be in the nursing home. We're going to be like on the way out and we're going to be like, Gerald's really helpful. And it's just a robot.
Yeah.
I think I've met someone.
I've fallen in love.
Quick side business idea.
Okay.
Vegan ranch company called
Vegan ranch dressing.
called Uncanny Hidden Valley.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Uncanny Hidden Valley fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. You never know the difference.
Isn't it that Uncanny Valley is really our way of being like, I cannot procreate with this thing. It's not real. That's what we're dealing with
Yes.
evolution-wise. Yeah.
It's really
I start
weird that
killing
we
every
have
guy.
that.
I go, I can't fucking make a baby with him. I just hit the guy in the head with a hammer.
Robots.
No pickles. Okay.
I wonder why we have that. I mean, maybe we had advanced technology back, years and years ago.
Oh, that theory.
Yeah. Did you see the Ancient Apocalypse on Netflix, which has that guy Graham Hancock? Yeah, it's
I read
all
his
about
book years ago.
he takes you around to a bunch of the different sites where he thinks they sprung up right after the supposed ancient apocalypse, and it's like the Göbekli Tepe one. There's some ones in like Malta. It's really I recommend it.
The pyramids in Mexico that are huge.
Yeah, the really big
Oh,
ones.
where they're like, there was all this technology, and then some kind of cataclysmic event wiped everyone out, so we had
But isn't it
to
usually disease,
restart.
right?
He thinks that it was some kind of like impact, and they in the show it actually shows like there are some other evidence, like some other geologist people think it could also have been that.
I mean, there's
That just like wiped out everything.
water erosion on the Sphinx, and they're like, that means this is as old as the ice. Like it's that old. Like it has to be that old for them to be water erosion. It's like, there's shit that we don't really understand.
Yeah,
Not
the
me.
Pyramid Code on Netflix. They were saying there that they think the pyramids could be 30,000 years old, not
Or like
5,000.
older than we. Well, I saw some guy talking about like apparently in a lot of cave drawings, there's
Oh, I
three
saw
little
this.
indentions, and
Yeah.
they can't figure out why. And he realized it was their way of, for the animals, their ovulation. And so it was their primitive way of calendar and cycle. And so they realized that we were actually way smarter back then than we
And
actually
some,
have the
guy
same
figured it
cognitive
out.
abilities then than we do now. In fact,
Yeah.
and they also say like, I was reading Homo sapiens, and they were saying our cognitive ability was actually better because we had to know what plant species did what within a 20-mile radius.
Yeah, and now we're just like scrolling like dumbasses. I want to read Homo sapiens, but that book is so big. I'll never read it.
It's real. I thought it was so fascinating that I found it to be an easy read.
Wow. Okay.
Try it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try
I
it.
highly recommend it. And then I'm reading the other one, Homo Deuce, where we're going in the future. I've had a harder time reading that one.
Homo sapiens. I'm going to read it, and I'm going to be the person bringing it up
Everywhere.
Did someone say Homo sapiens? No. Okay, well, I did.
How could the
I've read
pyramids
it.
be 30,000 years old though when God created the
Exactly.
planet
That's
2,000 and something years ago?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above with wit. Okay.
The pyramids are actually a trick from the devil to see if you are a true believer or not.
Yeah, the devil loves tricking us. I mean, if you were the devil, like, get a life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get married, you loser.
Get over it, devil.
Yeah. He didn't like you. Sorry, devil. You got kicked out. You're gonna bring it up forever.
It is so funny how he's just like an angry fired employee. Like that's what the devil is.
Yeah, and he's like,
Yeah. He was doing. He was doing the ancient
I'll get you.
version of leaving Yelp reviews.
Yeah, basically leaving Yelp reviews at your old job.
He's sitting there twirling his mustache, tying God to the train tracks.
Mhm.
Yeah, get over it, devil. Get out of here.
what if we just turned into a religious podcast? How long do you think you could go with talking? I know nothing about religion, but I think I could just bullshit my way through about.
Oh, I won an award when I was.
What?
I won an award for lying. I was the best liar
I don't believe you
around.
won that. Katie's lost it.
When I was in 8th grade, when I went to a Catholic school, I won an award for knowing the most about the Bible.
Whoa.
Yep. So I have a plaque.
Wow. Knowing
They gave
the
me
most.
a plaque.
All right,
gave
what's
me a plaque.
Proverbs 3:16? Make it
That
up.
was
Make it
like,
up.
You shall not take your oxen into your neighbor's field.
Yeah, a lot of farm-related things.
Yeah, it's like Jacob coveted Jemiah's woman seed.
Yeah.
Bible improv.
That's the one that I get the most angry about. I'm like, why can't I covet
Bible
my neighbor's wife? She's fucking
covet her.
hot.
God, I want to covet her so bad.
I'm not doing anything.
Jubadiah begat Seremiah.
Jeremiah.
This is so much fun.
Oh my god.
And then make up
I love
pastoral
Christian improv. But can I get a suggestion of a sin?
sloth. And
Everyone's saying stuff that you don't like. I heard dishonoring thy mother and father.
Oh, little teen kids are like, mm.
Well, no, I had an improv group that I was with. We had all taken class at UCB, but like through the course of us doing our like little indie group, we realized that we all had been to like a Catholic school growing up. So it was like 5 people and we all had this Catholic background. So we were just always dicking around, like doing our scenes or whatever. And
You
then
guys
like
weren't serious during improv?
well, I mean, we were committing, but like our scenes would just inevitably devolve into us like just singing a hymn that we all knew.
That's really fucking
And one
funny.
guy was a pianist. He was like a Broadway pianist, and he would just be on the piano. We would hang out and just get hammered, and we would just be doing hymns. And it was like, what? I miss those guys. Mungie.
They're
that was
all
our
burning
team
in
name.
hell now.
Yeah. They
almost-
strayed.
It feels in the way of like realizing you're all with a Catholic background in the same way how in John Wilson's show where they used all the people from Al Capella to go into the sex cult. It's like, if you can fall for this, you'll also fall for that.
Yeah.
The Nexium thing.
The Nexium thing. Yeah. So if you guys will believe in Catholicism, you could also pay UCB a lot of money.
Yeah, it's very cult-like. It's very cult-like.
yes, we were talking about that. Joe and I tried Orange Theory,
Okay.
and we were like, "This is very culty here."
I have a guy, the guy who I always show you his girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
I know a guy who has a really ugly girlfriend.
He'll just be like,
and then he posts her on his Instagram story all the time. So I just turn my phone. I go, "Hey Diego," and he goes, "What?" And I just show him.
You're like, oh.
Yeah. But he's in Orange Theory now, so he's always like posting about his like the Orange
Splat
Theory
points.
family.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I went
this-
green today.
I don't know anything about Tell me about Orange Theory.
So it's all about like heart rate.
Okay.
So you do a lot of cardio, and then it goes into also like some weightlifting.
They're like classes, like workout classes.
So, and they put heart monitors on you, and they keep track of where you're at. So they try to get you to. So they'll be like, "Sarah, I need you to go to level 8 so I can get to green, and that's where I start burning calories or fat."
Mm-hmm.
And so they call it like splat points, and you get to a certain amount of splat points, you can probably get like a free class or something.
Okay.
But so I did 30 minutes on the treadmill, going into green zone, and then the first part of the class then was row machine, and then some weightlifting.
Okay.
And I didn't really feel anything from the rowing, but it's just to get your heart rate up. Yeah.
Interesting.
Rowing's
But
a turn off
they
to me.
after you leave the class, then they call you like 3 times.
Like
Which
on the
I think is
phone?
a lot. Yes, it's a lot.
To be like,
Never
come
use
back.
my phone.
Yeah.
Never use my cell phone.
call me.
You're not
Never
my
call me.
babysitter.
Are we friends? Yeah, we're not friends.
Are you trying to fuck me right now?
It's an email at the most.
Exactly.
And one
Very
Even a
email.
text is too much.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in how gyms succeed and how they have realized how important it is to have a very singular brand and identity.
I
and
think
it's
the motivational
to their
aspect.
detriment. Yeah.
It's a church, like the spin cycle, like, come on, everybody, yell at your boss.
Yeah.
They get to the psyche of some of the people that they're doing it. So I think it is cult aspects.
Yeah,
to it that
absolutely.
Yeah,
work.
or like it's like CrossFit in a way a bit. I think where it's like it attracts a certain type of person. It's like a
Cops.
yuppie, like no, I think like almost like a yuppie person that also does bar trivia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They
Oh,
also
yeah.
like they're like a big on activities. They'll do a scavenger hunt and they love going out with the
Group
gang.
sex people.
Yeah.
Group sex
In
people,
high
yeah.
school, I call these.
they're
I call these kind of types of people that would hang out with each other the friends without friends club, where they all don't fit anywhere, so they just go together.
yes,
like-
it is very like that.
The CrossFit or like the Orange Theory or like the Barry's boot camp people, they all feel very much like they're the people who like went from high school right to college, right to like working
Yeah,
for some
yeah,
big
yeah,
corporation. So
absolutely,
they've never had to live like outside of a parameter. So they're like, oh, I need this thing to be like, I need to be told exactly what to do.
They like oppression.
And I need to be,
Yeah.
exactly. Or
Yeah,
like, I need to be a part
structure.
of something. So it's like,
Yeah.
because it's like all of us, like we just like moved to New York City and we're like, okay, I'm going to do this like weird, free floating art thing.
Yeah.
So I almost like can't do stuff like that because I'm like, ew, first of all, I'm not a part of your group, and second of all, stop telling me what to do. So I think it'd
Yeah.
be hard to get into a cult.
I wanted to do berries. I wanted to try it. I looked on it because it's like supposed to be like the most intense workout. And the stuff I was reading, I was like, there's no way. It was like burn 1,200 calories in an hour. It's like, what are we doing?
I
Am I
would
helping you
pass
move?
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would pass
Yeah.
out and it's like, I can't eat an extra 1,200 calories. Like, what a nightmare. You're burning all of your calories and then you just have to
Yeah.
go eat more to like sustain yourself. I'm like, yeah, I don't like gyms that are like the intensity. It's like we were talking about earlier. It's like, just let me work out. Like, I'm okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is always
It's not fucking 600-pound life where it's like if I don't lose the pounds, I'm gonna die.
yeah.
You know?
it's always
You're like, I'd like to tighten up a little bit.
Yeah.
And not
but not
like
be
I
a
have to.
psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need to eat an entire rotisserie chicken to get back to baseline. now.
Right. Well, the gym culture is such like that, but it's like, you know, even at my gym, it's like I'm looking around, it's like it's just normal body types. It's not like everybody in there is like a fitness star. It's like there's a range of normal body types and they are acting like we're all training for the fucking Olympics. It's
Yeah.
like just let's relax, okay? Because like I took a yoga class there, which was fine, but they were like, now go into the splits. And it's like, well, I won't be doing that.
Yeah.
I won't be doing the full-on splits, and I'm not going to push it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to rip my hamstring
Yeah.
out of my body.
I tear my ACL at the Crunch Fitness yoga class.
but it's so
so I
strange.
can impress fucking Devin,
Yeah.
my hot teacher.
Yeah, some 20-year-old guy who took a test to become an instructor, and then in 2 years he's like, I actually sell real estate now, so I
Yeah.
kind of don't
They
even
lose
care about
interest.
this.
Yeah.
Sick.
Not to shit on gym culture.
No, there's problems with it.
You're
that
a
drive
gym
me
guy.
crazy.
You're a gym
Well,
guy.
it's always so funny to me how often people that don't do anything are attracted to the most extreme. Or like P90X was huge. I'm like, why are you doing that?
oh my God.
You can't do 2 push-ups. Why are you attracted to what is being sold as? It isn't, but sold as
They
very
want the
different.
fast results.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna burn out, or you're gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah.
You're
and you're
gonna-
going to be upset that you're not getting it within a week.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
talking to me.
Yeah. When I
me.
don't do much personal training stuff. Like I'll do a little bit here and there if I know the person, but it's like they'll be surprised how easy the first couple sessions are. I'm like, yeah, my goal is just to get you into a habit,
Liking this.
and enjoying it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not trying to kill you. And everyone's always disappointed. Like, oh, I thought I was gonna throw up. I'm like, why would I do that?
Why would
Yeah.
I make my friend
Why
throw
would I
up?
I'm trying to make you like this. I'm trying to
Yeah.
trick your brain into enjoying this, so you start doing it without me.
Although I have to say, I think I am kind of psycho in a way that like P90X, I remember being like, I was like into it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I could be ripped. And then like day 4, I'm like, I have a different passion now.
Oh, a sandwich.
Yeah. Now my passion is hanging out and watching shows.
Absolutely.
Well, I feel like I never see results. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I've been
Yeah.
trying to do a joke about this where I'm like, I don't ever see results. So I'm going to stop working hard.
Well,
Yeah.
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 Because it's so gradual. Like that's the thing where it's like where you're like looking in the mirror, you're like, I look the same, and then you see like a picture of yourself from 6 months ago, and you're like, I looked like shit then.
Yeah.
And you're like, do I still look like shit now? I don't know what has
I have no
happened.
idea.
Yeah.
This isn't funny, but it is part.
Well, then don't say it on the
I have to say it.
podcast.
We have to remember, and like we said in the beginning, like maintenance is success.
Yes.
You're not getting, and again, we're so
guess
body
'cause-
positivity, whatever.
I want to leave the
Not.
gym looking like Bella Hadid.
Mhm. Well, she
Yes.
only looks that way because of surgery. So it's like even
yeah.
that part of it is
Yes.
unrealistic.
I want my gym to do surgery on me.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying.
Go to a plastic surgeon in workout pants and like holding a big water bottle. I'm like, all right, I'm ready.
I go to the gym and I leave and I have a big fake ass. I got a BBL at the
A
gym.
cartoonish bandage wrapped
Yeah.
around your whole waist.
Well,
That's the thing. They don't tell you that.
well, you do hear
not.
like
It's bad for business.
Like
Yeah.
some people who were in their 30s. Like I was listening to this podcast. One of the guys was talking about it. I was just about to shit on it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go there. I'm not being negative today. I
Not
won't.
this early in the
Not
year.
this early in the
Uh-uh,
day.
honey.
It's only 4 p.m.
Maybe February, but not January.
No.
Once the sun goes down, we're talking shit. But the sun is still up.
Anyway, this guy was talking about like he was like New Year's resolutions, like focus on a small change. Like I'm 35 and you know my hips just don't work anymore and I had to have hip surgery. But now I try to stand for 5 minutes at my standing desk.
Holy
It's like
shit.
go for a walk.
What do you-
Yeah. Get
Like you
out.
forget that like people who are our age, their bodies are just like totally falling apart.
Yeah,
And it's like
yeah.
I'm sore from like working out and stuff or like sore from walking, but I'm not like, oh, I'm
Standing up.
stairs. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Fingers crossed I can make it up today.
Yeah.
I sat too much and then I got hurt from it.
Yeah.
Right. Or you hear people doing jokes about like, well, I pulled my arm from getting up. And it's like, but you're like 32.
Yeah,
like, that's
yeah.
not right.
Well, it's the mistake that most people make in their 20s where they're like, oh, I feel fine without doing anything. Why would I do anything? It's like, oh, no, that's going to go away pretty soon. You have to start doing it before you feel it. So that by the time you're in your 30s or 40s, you are okay. But it's not fun. It's not
Yeah, yeah,
sexy to, you know, exercise people. I get so mad.
I think exercising is sexy.
I do
think it's
too.
fun. Yeah, I think
I get
it's
all
I love
horny and sweaty.
exercising.
I love a little exercising.
I like
Right.
I like throwing it in a conversation, like reading a book.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I'm tired. I just was working out all day.
And the cop's like, and that's why you ran the red light?
Yeah. I was working out.
I was sleepy after working
Yeah, I
out.
did a lot of working out today. Okay. Oh my God. Thank you guys so much for coming to the podcast.
Oh
we
my
really
God.
appreciate
Thanks for
it.
having us.
We
Love
covered
you.
it all. We
We're
made
big
fun of the deaf.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's going to have to be scrubbed when I get famous
Hey,
inevitably.
They're never going to hear it. Where can people listen? Where can they follow you? Where Patreon, all your stuff?
Listen, everybody. We have a podcast.
We have a podcast. We're doing
listened.
really well
It's
on
funny.
YouTube.
Yes, thank you. It is funny, and we believe in it. And it's called Lady Journey.
We are better than Oprah. We're funnier than Oprah. I can tell you
Yes.
that.
We
Yes.
believe women on this podcast.
Yes.
That's true.
It's fun.
Not like the other podcasts.
No.
Nope.
I love stating something like that.
On this podcast, we believe women, and we believe that their
Hashtag-
podcast is good.
Me too. Yes. It's called Lady Journey. Go to our YouTube, subscribe. We're also wherever you get podcasts, but we would really appreciate it if you liked us, if you thought we were funny, you want to do us a favor, please subscribe to our YouTube. It would mean so much to us.
And even if you don't think they're funny, which would be weird, because
But,
they
like,
are.
subscribing to
Just
a
do it.
YouTube
It's easy.
does nothing
it does
Yeah.
nothing. It's not going to
for
bother
you,
you.
but
Yeah,
a lot
exactly.
for us.
And you're not even going to really see us in your For You page probably. But we have new episodes coming out. We have some great ones. We have some really fucking good stuff
Yeah,
on there.
Budget binders.
Budget.
That's what I was going to talk about.
Ooh, I
Oh my
love
God, I
that.
love it.
What are your Twitter and Instagrams?
At Stallamash.
I'm
and
at
then
Katie Hannigan. I
we
don't
have
care
Lady
about Twitter,
Journey
though.
on podcast.
I don't care about
yeah,
Twitter.
I don't care about Twitter
I
either.
tweet. It's where I keep my jokes, but I will not be putting my political opinions on there.
Okay.
No, you will never know anything about me.
You'll never know.
Katie's all right.
Katie's
That's
all
it.
right.
An alt-right
Katie's
person.
all right.
Oh, yeah. An alt-right person would never not tell anyone, though.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Follow Micah Brucey at Micah Brucey.
Follow Diego Lopez at this Diego
We
Lopez.
do our own plugs for each other. Patreon.com/a little time pod for 4 bonus episodes a month plus video of all 8 episodes. We have our link for t-shirts in the bio. See Mike at Shiprocked.
Oh yeah, I'll be on Shiprocked next week.
That's it. We'll talk to you soon. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.